Good evening. I'm Dr. Nevalon Mitchell Jr., President and CEO of the NMJ Ministries, also of the Life Enrichment Counseling and Support Services, and the host of the NMJ Hour Power. We are tremendously honored tonight to have some very great and distinguished and dynamic guests for us tonight. We have Ms. Jennifer Treger, who is the Director of Mental Health First Aid in Maryland. Welcome.
Thank
We
you.
also have Minister Karen Brown, who is the owner and the founder and director of the Campaign for Souls Incorporated. And we also have Reverend William Wingo, who is the owner and manager of the Power magazine and You Got the Power live radio show every Friday from 12 to 1 p.m.
Right.
We are honored tonight as we have some, as I indicated, these special and distinguished guests with us. We'd like to start over here with you, if we could, Jennifer. We, as you know, there are a number of people in the community, to include our veteran population, who have problems with mental health, mental illness, and substance abuse, and then there's a tremendous stigma that's associated with the people, especially in the church and in, of course, the Jewish community. Could you talk to us about your role and duties and responsibilities as the manager and the director of the Mental Health First Aid, and also let our viewers know what exactly is Mental Health First Aid?
Sure. So Mental Health First Aid is a national certification program that people can get trained in. So the program's for everybody, and it teaches people signs and symptoms of what they might see if somebody's developing a mental health problem or crisis, and then it teaches people the skills of how to help somebody who may be having the problem so that they can de-escalate or get the person to care that they may need. So it's kind of like CPR, but for mental health. So it really teaches you, here's what you might see, and here's how you can help. It's a national certification program. The training itself is 8 hours, and people get a certificate at the end of the training, and the certificate lasts for 3 years, and people can get recertified in the training. We have both a youth and an adult version of the training, and the youth program is for adults who work with youth ages 12 to 17, and the adult program is for anybody who interacts with anybody who's 17 or 18 and older. So it really is a program at a very first aid level teaching about mental health.
Thank you very much, and we're going to come back to you in a few minutes, because I really would like you to explain to us a little more about how your program will impact the church and synagogues, and also how especially the religious community can be blessed by that very special and powerful program. And welcome, Minister Brown. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine.
We're happy to have you with us. And can you talk to us a little bit about the Campaign for Souls, and what the genesis is, and how you actually got started with that?
Sure. First, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me here. I'm so excited to be here on this program. Campaign for Soul was birthed out of a hard time in my life. I had to relocate to Philadelphia, and in the process of being there, I was really frustrated, you know. And so I felt I needed to do something, so I ended up taking a course at a church. And the instructor asked us to do an assignment of what was the vision, our life vision. And I wrote down to bring souls into God's kingdom using unconventional methods. And so I came up with a name, Campaign for Souls. And I said, wouldn't it be nice to have a campaign where the people of God were excited about sharing their faith and the goodness of God, and going into the streets and not being ashamed of the gospel. So that's how Campaign for Souls came about.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Pastor Wingo.
Yes, sir.
We're happy to have you as well with us, and
I'm blessed and honored to be here.
Amen. Could you talk to us about the Power
Yes, sir.
magazine, and also about your radio broadcast? We are excited that you all are here, because as we look at each of you, the unique and special skills and skill set that you bring, this is a tremendous blessing to our community. And so with what you're doing, tell us about your magazine and tell us about your radio, your program.
Be delighted to, Dr. Nevalon. First of all, I just want to thank you for inviting us, and you know, I'm excited that we've developed such a great friendship
Amen.
and rapport with one another, and looking forward to you coming on to the radio show tomorrow. But
Well, I'm honored. Thank you.
initially, Power Magazine, which I have some copies of.
A lot of copies.
A lot of copies, exactly right.
He's going to hand them to the TV.
We've been publishing consistently. It's a monthly magazine that goes to the African American faith and church community for the last 26 and a half years.
Wow.
God has been faithful to us, and we have been steadfast and obedient. And we've definitely had some highs and some lows, but nevertheless, we have stayed in the battlefield, and He's blessed us. So I'm just honored to be here. Power Magazine tells us what's going on. It's a community magazine. It's free.
Yes.
And we place it in the churches that are in the magazine, and in some of the churches that aren't. And we place it in supermarkets and Christian bookstores. We just place it around the community, supermarkets, banks. And we're just a magazine that shares the information of what's going on in the community on a monthly basis. And then to back that up, because we know we're living in very rapid times, we came out with a way to get to people on a weekly basis through the weekly radio show on WOLB 1010 on Radio 1 here in Baltimore. So
Wow. That's really wonderful.
that's a little bit.
We're gonna come back to each of you, because as I listen to you, every one of you have a unique ministry that impacts the whole family system.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and that's so special, especially in today's age, and with all of the problems in the community.